Hey guys, welcome back to the program. Welcome back to the D Time Love Show. You join me at the D Time Bar. It's that time of the day that I chill at my bar at the D Time headquarters to have a few beverages. I get to relax and I get to go through my emails on the channel. But guys, I needed to shoot this video because I have been bombarded from calls at my agency from you guys from the channel. So what I want you guys to do before you contact me in regards to finding a luxury watch sales associate role, watch this video before you contact me because I don't want to disappoint. I'm happy to talk to you guys. However, I had a lot of disappointed people contact me because I wasn't able to assist them in their goal in terms of finding a sales job for a luxury watch boutique, and I will go in more detail in regards to that subject matter. But before I do that, I want to show what I'm sporting today. I am wearing the Tudor Chrono Blue, aka Monte Carlo, and I also want to give a big shout out to the one and only Alex Photi at Perpetual Time. His YouTube channel has hit over 1,000 subscribers. Congratulations, well deserved. A guy that's putting in the hours, a guy that supports and sponsors the D Time Love channel. And this guy is a great guy. You're going to get a different insight, a non-biased insight from a watchmaker in the industry, someone who runs their own business for the last I think it's 12, 15 years he's been operating now. But before that, he worked as a watchmaker for the likes of Watches of Switzerland, Goldsmith. He is WASTEP certified. He is part of the British Horological Institute. His credentials list is so long, it will take up the whole of the video. But he's a top guy. And if you need any watchmaking services, if you need any authenticating, or if you're not sure about a certain timepiece and you need him to utilize his authenticating services, don't be afraid to contact Alex. He's a lovely guy, a top fella, a top watchmaker that I have in high regard, and so do my so-called network of people within the watch industry from the authorized dealers and from the grey market as well. So well done once again. But guys, I want to go in a bit of depth now in regards to how to get a job in the luxury watch sales world without having commercial experience. Now, a lot of you guys that contacted me recently had no commercial experience. Although you're watch enthusiasts, you follow the channel, and you're really looking to get in the industry, I want to explain in more detail because I know that you were bitterly disappointed in regards to what I said to you on the phone. I didn't want to come across negative. I have to be honest and transparent with you guys. Now, the truth of the matter is, I work with a number of luxury brands, luxury watch brands, and the reason why I get paid a fee is that I am given a specific job specification, and the criteria that needs to be ticked off, I would say, is about 90% of the requirements need to be ticked off in order for me to warrant the fee, the searching, the headhunting, the advertising spend. The fees that I charge are quite high. And that's where we utilize our expertise to find people that match that criteria. And these people don't grow on trees. So those of you that are self-taught watchmakers that have been in contact with me, unfortunately, a lot of the watch boutiques that I work with, you do need to be WASTEP certified as a bare minimal now. It's not enough just to be, done a British Horological, qualification. It's not enough. And you need vigorous training. So we're getting people from abroad. It's very difficult. Now, those of you that are just general watch enthusiasts, the watch aficionados, and it would be their dream to get their first job in the watch world, the same applies to yourself. A lot of my clients need commercial experience, and it normally requires someone to come from a competitor. Um, Potentially transferable skills, but ideally something of the same value. And it's extremely desirable for them to take someone from myself that has watch luxury sales commercial experience from one of the competitors. So it does involve a lot of headhunting. Now, the advice I'm going to give you guys is something that you'll probably be surprised that what I'm going to suggest now. But I would avoid going to a recruitment agency if you don't have that commercial experience. Because one, you're going to be overlooked by any given agency because you don't match the criteria, you don't tick off the boxes, and hence why you won't get a phone call. Because the biggest thing that you guys said, that no one ever gets back to you, you've been firing your CV out and no response whatsoever. So the advice I'm going to give to you guys now, get your pen and papers, get ready for this, because this is going to be a guide for you to land your first luxury watch sales associate role within the real watch world. Not grey, the real authorized dealers, the luxury watch boutiques. Get your pen and paper ready. Imagine that I'm charging you a £100 sterling per hour for this advice. Now, first of all, I've got a saying. In order for you to be successful, you need to decide exactly what you want to do and what you want to achieve. And the hardest part is navigating yourself around to reach your destination. But you need to know where you're going. But most importantly, you need to know that there is a real opportunity for you before you turn up at, e.g., for example, a luxury watch boutique. So I'll give you an example. If you knew a farmer had gold in his farm, and let's say Rob and Jeff went down to see him, and one of them asked the farmer, whereabouts do you think the gold is? And he pointed you in the right direction, and the other guy just started randomly digging. Who do you think is more likely to find the gold? The guy that did the research, that did the fact find, who got some information in regards to where the gold may be. So this is exactly what you've got to do. There's no point just turning up to some random luxury watch boutique and handing in your CV. Have a look on the likes of Indeed.com and put in jobs direct from the employer. Now, the reason why I suggest going to Indeed.com, they offer a lot of free advertising to employers. Agencies have to pay, unfortunately. And this will give you a good overview of the market of where is most likely for you to land the job. And like I said, they use agencies, and when they use agencies, they need to tick off all the boxes. So you're more likely to get a job if you go direct to the employer and avoid the agencies. You know, that goes against what, but look, the more people that get in the industry, the better for me. So once you've got commercial experience, I can open a lot of doors for you. So what I suggest you do not send your CV direct by Indeed. You can do, but what you could do is follow it up by going into that store, going in suited and booted, really look the part, make the best possible first impression, make sure you're extremely presentable, maybe have a look at the type of staff they've got working in there and try and mirror them. This is very important. People like to recruit people in the mirror of themselves, you'll find. So ask to speak to the store manager or boutique, depending where you are, and then explain to them that you really want to get into the industry. You'd love to work for a place like Goldsmiths, Mappin Webb, or Watches of Switzerland. Get to know them. Ask a lot of open questions. For example, how would I get a job in the industry? What do you look for? What do you personally look for when you're recruiting your sales associates here within your store, for example? Once you've done the fact find, they may say that they are looking for someone with 2 to 3 years watch sales experience. Now, that is a major reservation that they will have in regards to yourself, because you do not have that sales experience. However, you need to call upon your personality. Give other real life work examples of where you may have sold something of similar value, or you've done something that you never had any experience before, and how you achieved it and what a success it was. You need to give real life examples, substance behind that you're a quick learner. But most importantly, you're filling the gaps in the fact that you have a real general watch knowledge. You know the brands they sell. And you may want to demonstrate your knowledge while you're there. Maybe look at, for example, if you've got, they sell Omega, for example. Let them know the reference number, the movement, a little bit more information about the watches. Talk about the history of the brand. Talk about what an enthusiast you are and what a dream it would be to work for their organization. Make that store manager feel very important. Show them the respect, the enthusiasm that you have. And maybe offer to do a free trial for them for a couple of hours in the afternoon to see whether they feel that you'd be a right fit for the job. And that is how it's done. So you go in, a nice firm handshake, good eye contact, looking immaculate. I would highly recommend going suited and booted. Let them know why you're there, because you have a passion for watches, and passion is what sells their product. Make sure you've done your research in regards to the organization. Let them know what you know about them. Basically have an informal interview without them knowing, just in engaging with them. Show your personality, fact find, but most importantly, once you've got the information, for example, what do you look for in your sales associates? What do you personally look for? How would I go about applying for a job here? How would you feel about me doing a trial? Just come in to experience what it would be like to work behind the counter or to watch you in action, because I want to learn how it works. But most importantly, the reservation, the major objection you will get is that you do not have the commercial experience. So you need to instigate a way where you can reduce that concern the best you can. And even before you leave that meeting, you leave that conversation, you can ask that store manager, what would be your concerns or reservations in regards to me doing this job? Now, if you think that is too much of an aggressive approach because you haven't built a rapport with that person, you could ask them, what do you think my training needs would be if I was to do this job? And then you've got them. They will tell you what sort of training you will need. And then you can relate to them, look, I'm happy to go through any training you require. I will not let you down. If you want me to come in and just, without even being paid, just to come around and mirror what you do, see how your sales associates work, I can sit in the reception and whatever making a cup of tea or coffee, supporting your team, a bit like a work experience. And then you can make your decision after, me coming in a few times, whether I'm right for the role. Yeah. And that is how it has been done, guys. This is how people have come in from totally different backgrounds, from not even from the luxury market. These people that have come from B&Q, for example, people that have come out straight from college, that had part-time job at Sports Direct and JD Sports, have managed to find a way in to the industry. It's very difficult, but it's all about how you approach. It's how professional you come across. Enthusiasm sells, but it's all about first impressions. Do you replicate? Do you mirror the type of people that work there? But don't forget, a lot of these guys that have come in may not have the passion or even the knowledge that you have on the brands, for example. You know, the rest you can learn. Enthusiasm, you may be raw, you may be a little bit rough around the edges, but someone coming in who can build a rapport with the potential clientele. And let's not forget that you're going to be dealing with high net individuals, so you must not come across that you're intimidated by the type of individuals that may come into the store. You need to show them that you are someone who wants to be a success. But make sure you don't oversell yourself or even undersell yourself. So the key to this is, guys, number one, come in, introduce yourself, nice firm handshake, good eye contact, make sure you're suited and booted. Then you follow up with the fact find. Ask a lot of open questions. How, what? Not, are you looking for someone? No. Do you think I'm right for this job? Not really. Open questions will allow you to have a conversation with them. Okay? And then before you leave that meeting, that so-called informal meeting that you've instigated, your key objective is to follow it up by having maybe a trial or an interview, a second interview with them. So before you leave that meeting, I can't stress this more, make sure you find out if they have any further reservations. Now, the first approach would be, what would be your concerns or reservations about me doing this job? However, if you feel that's too aggressive and they'll be maybe put on the back foot, you can be more diplomatic and find out, what do you think my training needs will be? And she'll probably tell you that you need to learn a little bit more on, you know, how to sell, the systems. Then you may have some real life work examples that cover some of the concerns. So come up with some real life work examples, or call upon your personality in regards to what a quick learner you are. But your key objective is to try and instigate another meeting, whether it's a trial to come in and mirror them in terms of work experience, or even get an actual interview with them. If they're impressed with you, you will walk away with a time and date of some work experience or a trial. So guys, I hope this has helped. I hope I haven't babbled on too much, because I tend to do that in my job. But I just wanted to help you guys out and give you some free advice that will help you achieve your goals and objectives for 2022. So please leave your comments below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care.
Thank you for watching D-Time Love. My name is Alex Photi. I'm the owner of Perpetual Time. I am a WASTEP certified watchmaker. I'm also a fellow of the British Horological Institute, and I also sit on the board for the British Horological Institute and also sit on the board for the British Watch and Clockmakers Guild. We are proud to sponsor D-Time Love Channel. Perpetual Time is based in Liverpool. We service and restore luxury brands such as Hublot, Rolex, Cartier, Omega. You can see our website www.perpetual-time.com. You can find us on Instagram and YouTube.